I didn't know I was going to have Donny Osmond on the show tonight. Oh my god. Turn that stuff off. We'll talk about that soon. Oh, he wanted to finish the whole song.
What was the end?
Oh my goodness, oh my goodness.
The end.
The end. You kind of sound like Donny Osmond there.
You know, someone has said that to me years ago. A friend
Marie Osmond?
No, Johnny Tamaro, an actor in New York. He says, I hear the Donny Osmond in you. It's funny, you're the second person to say that to me, but that was like 10 years ago.
Well, you still have the same voice 10 years ago. Hi, welcome to the Mike Pingel Show. It's Mike Pingel. Yes, this is a taped special edition because I have too much to do a live show. I do. Thank you for coming. It is like midnight at my house. It's really not. It's like 8 o'clock.
It's nighttime, but I work best at night, so.
A lot of people do.
Yeah,
a lot of people do. Anyway, today I have Adrian Christian.
Hi, Mike.
Hi, welcome. He's here to talk about his new CD, which came out last year, right? Early last year?
Late last year.
A
song for you.
A song for me. That's so sweet. A song for me. We're going to talk about this and everything you're doing, so we're going to dive right in. Thank you for coming.
Oh my goodness, I can't believe that
to the Village, estate. Yes, we're way up in the hills in Los Angeles.
Yes.
And thank you for coming up the hills.
No, I love this whole area, and it's great. So I'm knocked out that you wanted me to be here, so thank you so much. Thank you.
So,
yes.
I have some questions I'm dying to ask. Let's talk music. How did you get into music?
I was 7 years old, and
you're 8 now.
When I was 6, my 6th birthday party, my father had balloons. We had a birthday party, and the balloons, and in the balloons it was a little note inside, and you had to pop them, and you had to do whatever the note said. So mine came up that I had to dance with a broom. And so there were like 30 people in this party, and so that was like my first performance, and I caught the bug right there. I just knew. And then I sang in church, and I sang in the choir in the Glee Club in New York, in the Bronx. And I went.
Oh, I thought you were dancing with the broom here. Oh no, you're not. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm holding a microphone.
Some long hair. Were you in the Matrix too?
No, that was. I'm not too different now, but no, that was long hair. It was long hair days, you know.
So you got the bug. Yes. Thanks to your father.
Yeah, and well, I always I just knew that this is what I wanted to do, and so I grew up in the theater and worked in the theater, and then eventually wrote my own shows, and then produced them off Broadway, and acted and sung, and then I had a recording kind of a deal, but it kind of fell through, and then I came to LA, and it took me longer to do it my way, and that's why I'm here. There you go. And we were doing my pre-interview tonight. I know. Thank you. You said something about J-Lo. What about J-Lo? You have a connection with J-Lo. Oh, we're from the same neighborhood. You know, she was on the number 6. I was on the number 5, 2 and 5 train. In the Bronx, so Adrian from the block, and it was me, J-Lo, Mark Anthony, in the same area, in the same ghetto, in the same time period we were growing up there. Yeah.
That's so interesting.
Yeah.
Back to me.
And we're all Puerto Rican,
Well, that's fantastic too, but I was talking about me.
Yes, Mike. It's the Mike Pingel Show. Remember that. He let me know that as soon as I walked in.
I was in a Mark Anthony video. We're like totally connected.
No.
Yes, I was.
I knew that we were connected. I knew this somehow,
yes.
But I thought it was more about Charlie's Angels, because when I was a kid I thought, gee, what do I want to be? I want to be like Charlie's Angels. But I didn't know what that meant. I knew that, okay, I'm a boy, but I wanted to make posters like them. I wanted to be like them. And, I was just a gay boy,
Yeah.
That's all it was.
Wanted the hair.
Yeah.
Yeah. People always ask me, really, Charlie's Angels? Like, yeah, I just wanted to go shopping with them.
The thing about them and those kinds of shows is that there was a certain charisma to being a star that I really appreciated out of all of those ladies and all those different stars, Suzanne Summers, all those people.
Yeah.
And you've met them, and I know we're it's like I feel like a cousin of yours or something. We're interrelated that way, but it's the same. it's that thing. As a child, I saw that and I thought, oh, I want to do something like that. I just didn't know what it was, and it took form and shape, and eventually you have to carve your own way and figure out who you are. You know.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Who are your biggest influences in music?
Well, I was thinking about Rick and his fascinating Neil Diamond impression of Olivia Newton-John. There's nowhere to hide. You know,
that was Rick from my last show.
I remember that.
He took a musical break.
That was brilliant, Rick. That was brilliant. Let's see. Stage. You know, like I watched those Sonny and Cher shows when I was a kid and all that. But I think that vocally speaking, there's a tenor. In Greece, his name is Mario Frangoulis, and he's my favorite male vocalist. And people ask me all the time. I mean, I like Bruno Mars, I like Ed Sheeran, I like I like a lot of people. But I had to, and I had to realize that I'm not going to be a Josh Groban. I kind of like, bend to the other way. Plus, I like dance music, and but my voice kind of like you said, Donny Osmond and those people. But I have, but I just do it with a little bit more flair,
Pizzazz, a little pizzazz. Now the album's called A Song for You.
It's the classic Leon Russell song, A Song for You, that has been done by Ray Charles and been done by Donny Hathaway. But my version is mine, and I was always afraid of singing that song because that song requires some life experience, and when I was younger I used to love the song, but I had to get old enough to be able to sing it and mean it. So I feel like I earned it, and so my voice teacher one day brought it to me, and I said to her, "Oh my goodness, Terry, I can't believe this. I've always been afraid of this song. It scared me to sing it because it was so raw and so true that I couldn't lie." So in the recording studio, the engineer, Alex, he took me out of the booth and dimmed the lights, and I had to really it's a confessional. It's just very raw. Very raw. Yeah. I could play a second of it for you.
Oh, how convenient. You just happen to have it right there.
Get to it.
Oh, your image.
Yeah, this will be good.
Love you in a place. I love you in a place where there's no space or time. I love you for my life. You are a friend of mine. And when my life is over, remember when we were together. We were alone, and I was singing this song to you.
Fantastic. Wow. Now you said you just finished a video too.
Yeah.
Is it for that song, or what song is that for?
I didn't know I was going to tell you. I was thinking I was going to hold off and telling you what it was for, but
Why?
yes. Well, it was going to be for one of the songs because we weren't sure if it was going to be for God Is Real or if it was going to be for that.
Oh, okay.
But we did decide to shoot.
But that could change. You never know.
That's true. And so we did it for A Song for You, and it's a short film. There's a little bit of acting in it, and we cast some people. So there's a little story to it, and then boom, it breaks into a song, kind of into a fantasy sequence. And it's really a beautiful, we're in post-production now, and I'm just blown away by what we've done.
Oh, wow.
And so Rick is in it.
Rick, who was in my last show.
Yes.
He keeps following
He's
people.
acting.
I don't
he's
know
acting
why.
in it. Well, he's an actor, and I. The funniest thing about how I met him, because I didn't know him, but for like a year, and this is like for Facebook people, for a year we were Facebook friends. and we kind of like we knew some mutual people, and so he was just sending me some nice notes, and we were just kind of going back and forth. But you know how some people you're supposed to know, and so a year went by, and then one day we're like, we really should meet, and so he wasn't that far from me, and we met, we got together, we talked shop. He was about to release the book, I was about to release the CD, and then we just said, we made a pact that we were just going to support each other wherever each other was going, because we had a very similar vision to send out a message that was all inclusive for. And so Rick and I, wherever we go, we mention each other because we're just so connected that way. Yeah. So I think he's a great guy. I love him, and so he was a dream to work with as well. And so he plays the nightclub manager in the scene in the film.
Okay, here's a clip of it.
All-consuming fire, you're my heart's desire, and I love you dearly, dearly, Lord. You're my meditation.
Okay, well, sorry, people. That's not the clip we. Thank you for not premiering your video on my show.
Well, no.
Whatever. Thanks for giving me this secondary clip. What was it?
Coming out in 2 months. So
I'm
going to give it to you.
So what was the video we just saw? That beautiful video.
All-consuming fire. It's the video that went viral. It was the first. It was the first single, and it's going to be the first single on my pop album. But I put it in here as well. Oh wow. Mm-hmm. And
so it's like a crossover to your new album.
Exactly. Which is not coming out for a year. So yeah,
you had to buy this one to get that, and to wait for the next one. I see how you're working this. And you're going on your third. He's going on his third leg now. People don't think those things. Okay. Third leg of your tour. Now tell us about the tour. You're going to Puerto Rico. You're going to be throwing out paper towels again? I mean, that's crazy. What are you doing? What are you doing in Puerto Rico? What are you doing on this tour?
You know, I'm just like up to here with the paper towels. And
you mean the orange guy? Yeah, I know.
Yeah. You know, who isn't? You know, but the third leg starts this Sunday, March 10th, and so in Costa Mesa.
In Costa Mesa. So if you're here in LA,
Resurrection Beach MCC, Costa Mesa, California.
Wow.
Be there 6 p.m. Reverend Damien Calmet is giving the sermon. I'm singing, and that's going to be fantastic. And then from there, in a couple of weeks, I head to New Jersey, down the Jersey Shore, Hamilton Beach, New Jersey, Christ the Liberator Church with Reverend David Williams. I'm doing a concert with the Gay Men's Chorus of New Jersey, and it's the headliners are the Gay Men's Chorus and me. And so I'm doing a concert with them Saturday night, and then Sunday I'll be at the service there at that church as well. You can check all that at adrianchristian.com.
adrianchristian.com.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And so
how do you have time for yourself? That's a lot of stuff going on.
There is, yeah, and then like you said, like this is turning into a 50-city tour by the end of it, and we are going to, in May, we're going to Puerto Rico, May 26th, Memorial Day weekend. And it started off like I wanted to bring my mom to see her sister, and they hadn't seen each other in years, and I thought, okay, we'll make this a family visit. But then I said, okay, well, I really gotta sing there. And then I spoke with a pastor over there in Mayagüez, Puerto Rico, where my family is from, and I said to them, what do you need? What's going on? And they said, it's really, the devastation is real. It's really like the rural areas where not the cities like San Juan, but like deep in there, it's like they're forgotten. People just like roofs came off houses, wooden houses, and every time it rains, there's water in there. So they said electricity has come back after 10, 12 months. There's still blackouts, and they get water limited, whatever. But the real deal is the roofs. So I said, I'm going to go and bring you a check. So I'm bringing this check for $5,000. Nice. I mean, it's, you know, I'm no Lin-Manuel Miranda, you know, but it's something, and it's like I can do something. And then I just felt helpless, like a lot of us were feeling like, wow, why is this happening to our country? Why are Americans going through this? Why do we have to even... But we have to take care of our own, and these are American citizens, and the only reason that they're not really, you know, being paid attention to is because they don't vote in the general election. They can vote in the primaries, but they can't vote in the general. And so I said to people, well, wait till they move to Florida, because if they can't live in Puerto Rico, they'll move to Florida, and then they can vote, and they don't need a passport because, you know, their birth certificate are U.S. birth certificates. So we're going to go down there. I'm going to bring a check, but I also I'm striking a deal with Home Depot to get a steep discount. I already spoke with John Cruz in Mayagüez, Puerto Rico, who has the Home Depot over there, and he manages there, and we're going to get this bulk amount of these galvanized steel panels for the roofs, and the church there is going to, those people are going to go from house to house, and we're going to install it. So we have a Facebook fundraiser page for it, and we're asking any amount of money that you can so that we can buy these panels, and that's what we're doing.
That's nice. We'll put the link down below for that. That's amazing.
Isn't that something?
That's amazing.
So it grew into this thing, and so because they have to attract, you know, I'm not famous, so because they have to attract the press over there because of this, you know, their need and everything, they needed an event where they can sell frituras and food and, you know, raise money for the church and bring in. So they said, well, we're going to say Adrian Christian's coming from Los Angeles, California, from America. This singer from America is coming to sing and do a concert. So they're making a big deal out of that. And that's, so I kind of like became their star out of a default. You know what I mean?
No. Yeah.
But it's great. It's gonna be great. I'm gonna do all the Spanish music too, you know, salsa and merengue and all that.
Hopefully some, you know, maybe some J-Lo music.
Yeah. Some Daddy Yankee, you know.
Of course. I don't know what that is.
You don't know what that?
I'm a guapo.
My goodness.
I'm a guapo.
Well, you know Despacito? Despacito.
Sounds like a dip or something. I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure what you're talking about.
Mike
I don't know what you're
Pingel.
talking about.
As white as they come.
The only Spanish I know is from Chico's Angels, so I don't know what to tell
Chico's Angels.
you. We just talked about J-Lo. So, new video, leg review tour. What else can we talk about? My goodness.
Well, the Puerto Rico thing was a big deal. Well, so another great thing happened, which was a radio programmer in Colombia, in Cucuta, Colombia, of all places. I mean, like international. Like I'm not really I'm not really hot here yet in America. Like something's gonna happen, I guess. But over there, overseas, a radio programmer contacted me out of the blue because this stuff is on Spotify. It's on the radio. I mean, it's on internet stations and whatnot. So this guy discovered me, heard my music, and he said, I think it's fantastic what you're doing. I think the message you're sending is amazing. And this whole idea of, Christianity for all people, like all of that. And he loved the music, and he said, and plus it sounds contemporary pop, So he said, I would like your permission. I'm the station programmer for UFPS Radio 95.2 FM in Colombia, and we want to know if we could play your music, and we would begin tomorrow. It was a Friday. By Saturday at 9 a.m. I was on regular rotation, and I've been on rotation since.
Wow.
So they have, and I said, which song? They said, all of them. So they're playing the songs on the radio, and then they asked me for these little, snippets of like, hi, this is Adrian Christian. You're listening to UFBS Radio 95.2 FM, or Big Hugs from Los Angeles, California, things like that. So I sent them. So I overnighted. I sent them the audio, and they've been playing me over there. They've been supporting me over there, and so I'm gonna end the tour over there with a big show. So we're doing that in September.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So you have new music coming,
Yes.
you have a new video coming, you
Yes.
have a third leg of your tour that's going to be until 2025, it sounds like.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been amazing. It's amazing, right? Because you do the stuff, but you don't know how people are going to respond. You don't know what's going to happen.
No.
And what I found was that people were, like a lot of people are going through stuff, and this has been a tough time in this country with the climate, the social climate, the political climate. And what I'm noticing is that people just needed something to, music to feel, to either escape to or heal to or pray to or whatever. And so people have responded to me in that way. And I feel, tremendously, blessed that they like it, because you don't know, sometimes you love something, but you don't know that they're gonna like it. So that's what's been happening, and I'm just putting one foot in front of another. And so these songs are what they are because of the churches that I spent the last 10 years singing in. But A Song for You is a pop song, straight up pop song, and I'm gonna follow up with a full pop record. I got 2 recording projects, and then I want to act again because I really miss it.
So there, if you have a job in 2025 when he's not on tour, he's available for his acting gig.
I'll be coming back to
Oh my goodness. So are you based here in LA?
Yeah, I live here. I've been here.
Well, it
for
doesn't
10
sound
years.
like you live here much. You've been
No,
driving around. Going
well, a
all
lot
over
of
the
those
world.
church things are like Sundays, so sometimes I'll go so Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia to Puerto Rico. That's going to be like a 2 weeks, stretch.
Yeah.
But most of the time, it's like I'll leave on a Friday, I'll come back on a Monday or Sunday.
But that's a lot of work
So,
too.
yeah, that is because you have to kind of, stop. But I get breaks. I get these 6-month breaks, or time that I'm recording. So in the studio and whatnot. I really love my life. I love what I do, and I love, my hubby, my dog. My mom's here. She lives in Hollywood.
Oh, nice.
So she's around, and it's great to have a mom around, and that's a blessing. But I'm looking forward to when I finish this church tour, getting into the nightclubs. Because I did nightclubs for many years. I was 15 years old when I started nightclub work. and I was and I would lie about my age and
I would hope so at that point.
and I would be, you know.
So you're talking about being at the clubs and being out now. You told me about your first record contract. Tell me about that. What happened to it?
Well, it was a lifetime ago. It was 2000, the year 2000, and I was just a kid. But I had a dance record, a demo that we pressed and sent out to the clubs, and it caught on in Chicago. Like it hit the top 40 club play over there. That got the attention of a major label, which was, should I tell you the label?
Sure.
Sony. At the time was the biggest label. Right now the music industry is not what it was, but that was the biggest label in the world at the time. And so there I was in a meeting. They were impressed because while I met them in a Christmas party, but they was sitting down and looking at my materials, and they basically came back to me with, "We think you're too gay." That was basically the idea, and they wanted me to, they wanted to package their artists a certain way, and record companies did that, and they wanted me to be the next Ricky Martin. And so that was, and I basically made a decision to walk. I just walked from it because I thought, I wasn't going to lie to the audience. I just felt like I didn't want to cross that line because I didn't want just one hit single. I wanted a career, and you can't lie to your audience. So I walked away from it. I came to LA, and I spent the next 10 years singing in churches, and I found churches that were inclusive. And what happened in those 10 years was that the world changed because suddenly gay marriage became legalized, and Supreme Court made that decision, and all these things happened. So I saw that the world changed, but I didn't. And so then when I was ready to really work and do All Consuming Fire, the single, it's like those doors just flung wide open. And my producer, who's straight, he said, like, I don't get it, but he's like 28, he's like 27. And
different world.
And it's like Rick said, the kids don't really care. It's really that other generation. So I was kind of like in between the two. And so sometimes you just have to kind of like hold out for the thing that's right for you, because if you go to the thing that is really like the fast track, you wind up falling, crashing, going back, starting over anyway.
Yeah.
Right?
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
So I'm much happier this way anyway, and I don't have any regrets like of stardom or any of that, because my goal wasn't really to become a star. My goal has been to do great work. I just wanted it to be great.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like you do great work.
I hope so.
With your new album.
That's on Amazon.
It's on Amazon.com. Where else can people find you?
Well, AdrianChristian.com has all of the tour info, and then there is, I'm on Spotify and all of those other outlets. The vinyl is coming out.
Vinyl's coming out,
around,
people.
Easter time. The vinyl will be out for that. So that'll be fun. I'm a vinyl head, and I have a lot of vinyl. I love playing records. So that's coming out, and then I finish up this tour and then get recording again.
There you go.
Yeah.
So there's tons of ways to see Adrian Christian out and about.
Yes.
This is coming this week. Check the locally here in LA. Puerto Rico.
Yeah, I sing in when I sing here, I sing in North Hollywood, Costa Mesa, like I said, Santa Ana, San Diego. I'll be doing. I've done San Francisco. So I do this whole area. I'm going through the East Coast, in another month or so. But and if and there you could hit me up if you're interested in me performing, near your area.
That'd be great too.
So yeah,
That's
yeah.
great. So then you can buy an album, have it signed, take a picture.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming.
I want to thank all of you guys who've been supporting it so far and everything, and you, Mike, for just having me on.
Of course,
absolutely,
of course.
I'm so grateful.
I love getting to know new artists, and you are up and coming, definitely. Thanks for everybody for watching the show tonight, or today, or whatever you're watching it on social media. Please share it with your friends, neighbors, anybody who you think would love it, and those who don't, send it to them anyway because we want to talk to them too. Thank you for watching. We'll be back next week live with a new guest, which I don't know who it is because I've been so busy, I've not been able to book anybody. All right.
I'll book it.
Bye, guys. Thank you. And be good to each other. Bye-bye.